Here it is, first day, again, a new business enterprise. And look at this. This is like a red-green dream.
That's right.
We've got piles of vans over there.
And a big pile of baby diapers from that old business.
Yeah, but
We should just burn that.
Yeah, well, I guess we didn't have enough money to actually run the dryers and washers, did we? We ended up with that surplus.
That surplus.
And the mafia that we sold the new diaper ship baby cleaning to, they wouldn't take the extra refuge. I had to escape with the truck. A truck full of baby ship diapers. Well, the truck, it also broke down.
Oh,
it was too loaded. I had to take three times the amount of usual baby ship diapers and take it away from the mafia. I think they would have cut my thumb off with a pair of garden shears.
Right.
Well, that's what I said. But I never known him to carry out any of his threats.
Well, plus some of his threats were ridiculous. Right, listen, if you don't do such and such, then I'm going to untie your shoelaces when you're not looking.
Oh yeah, then he got worse. He stole people's carburetor. You come up to your car, it doesn't start. And then you phone Lloyd, what are you doing? And he says, yeah, well, I know where you live. I don't know why anyone took your cars there. You know what? There's a story behind every car in this place.
What about that green gremlin?
Oh, the old gremlin.
The old gremlin.
Yeah, you know, that one, that has quite a story behind it. That was used by a cult. They would transport their leader, the Grand Cretin. Here comes the Cretin. He's coming in his gremlin.
And they didn't call the gremlin the Cretin?
I think in more informal occasions.
Yeah, occasions, right.
Yeah.
Didn't they have a salute? Didn't they stick their thumbs under their armpits?
They did.
And flap their folded arms like
Yes,
chickens?
it was a ridiculous call.
Yeah.
And they said that to be proud and of oneself is to lose contact with the great consciousness. That's why they drove a gremlin, because it's a stupid car.
It's a ridiculous car. I know.
And no one likes those things.
What
No
about
one.
the Pacer?
Oh, the Pacer, yeah.
I mean, no, they're similar. At least they're similar in their
There's a
lore.
more like a hacked off end on it. The Pacer is more bulbous. That was also a car got by another cult.
Right.
Who would only eat 3 foot long subs. Remember the advertisement? It fit in the back of the
Right. Well, that was the
long
beauty.
sub.
That was the beauty of the Pacer, was you could store
And anything that was a yard.
lots of things are a yard long. Go and check out the office. See what goodies
Yeah, you know what? I think this is one of the first times we actually did an office. This was a no questions asked deal.
You said-
I asked questions. He said no questions asked. But I said it's too late. I've already asked one.
I think no questions asked means you can ask, but I'm not. If
I'm
you
not
want an
gonna-
answer,
well, yeah, he said I'm not going to answer you because it's simply not important.
Right.
And besides, I got a good deal. As long as you take over responsibility for this play and all that encompasses.
entails.
Well,
Tails
he
means.
used encompass.
Why do you think he owns a junkyard? Junkyard people are known for malapropisms.
Well, junkyard people, they have
Of
their
course.
own slang.
Their own lingo.
Getting a car, you know, that's
Pipe.
sliding the pipe.
Right,
That's right.
And the disassembling it, what was that called? You remember?
Well, that's called cutting the ham.
Cutting the ham.
And when you get a car with new tires on it, oh, that one's got legs. And a vehicle that still has a heating system. That one's got buns in the oven.
Yeah.
Well, you have to learn these things when you go to the junkyard and try to deal with these
I know,
guys.
because people are going to come up and if you don't know the lingo.
I know, that's why they put out the junkyard dictionary.
That's right.
You can go to the junkyard with this, just like going to a foreign country.
Right.
For instance, if I'm a customer,
Right.
and I come in and I say, I need a new control panel for a 68 Dodge.
Right.
And then you would say something like,
Why don't you slide it around the bend underneath the hood?
exactly.
Right, and that they
How would I
understand
know
that.
what he's
Right.
talking about?
Right.
I'm green.
That's right. And they had a nickname, didn't they, for people who were fresh off the street and green?
Yeah, popsicles or puppies, you know, you go and get some. They're not going to help you either, right? I mean, that's a great thing. That's why I got this one. We don't have to do any work.
No, I know. We
If
just have to
someone
see
comes
it.
in and they want something, you say, here are the tools that you might need.
Right.
We do supply. I got some tools.
Get a deal on it?
Well, there was no questions asked. I think there's a crowbar and a few power tools. I'm not sure if they work, but hey, that's up to the customer.
Right.
You can bring your own tool. If you got to get the nuts off a wheel, that's called holding the rim. Yeah, you say, yeah, you want to hold the rim? Yeah, go take a look at some of the tools there. How about new taillights? So if you want new taillights, you have to say, you got any ass flash? I mean, I think they just do it to make difficult. It's rather pompous. I don't know, maybe we should try and be more affable. We'll be the affable junkyard.
Oh, so we
guys.
won't use all that lingo.
Well, we'll help people out. I mean,
We'll help people out. Oh, we'll provide a translation service.
I'll get a pointer and a PowerPoint.
Right.
And as we speak, we can point Because I think we should stick with the lingo.
Right, I think, because people want to be educated. And also, you could show people, for example, let's say you're removing the tail light. It's dimming the ass flash.
Yeah, you're dimming the ass flash.
Right, so you could have a video of someone, quote unquote, dimming the ass flash, right? And it would show somebody removing the tail light.
Yeah, and you go to the car and you say, they send you to a car and say, go, there's a Dodge, you can get an ass flasher there. And you go and you look, and if there isn't one there, if you come back, you can't say, hey, there's no rear tail light. You have to say, there's a hole in the ass. That means that there's no tail light.
Right.
It's rather, I guess they like it. They're always trying to make it sound rather toilet talk.
Right. Well, when he said no questions asked, right, he didn't say it in plain English, right? There was a phrase for no questions asked, wasn't there?
Listen, if you want this junkyard, then you're going to have to
fly it up your rim.
How are we supposed to know that?
Well, you figured it out.
Well, I had the dictionary.
Right.
I got one from Lloyd. Well, you know those gremlins, if you need an engine in a gremlin, because they're hard to find in gremlins, you have to say, I need a drop in the Kaibo. Drop in the Kaibo. And there's all these toilet things. I don't know why they always refer to.
Well, it's great. It's 6-year-old humor, right? Like kids, that's called scatological humor.
It's kind of like an insult against the car.
Well,
I mean, were gremlins really that bad? A drop in the Kaibo. That means you want to drop a new slant six. It's like a secret society.
Right. The Masons.
Junk dealers. The Masons. That's right. The junk dealers, they get together seasonally. They call that burn the hound. They burn old cars.
Right.
They just have a lot of old cars.
And they just
burn them.
Yeah.
Well, that's when the steel collectors come.
Right.
So they fling in the
They
bone.
fling it. They'll often toss it, but those guys are big. Right? They got big arms and all that.
The way they like to show off.
Yeah.
Go watch Sonny Paul. He's gonna go fling the bone, and people go look.
And plus, they have funny names.
I saw a guy lift a Pinto.
Right. Oh, just over his head, right?
And throw it on the flat.
I know. They were flinging the bone.
Well, I was impressed.
Yeah. Well, what was that guy's name?
He was known as Flatface Etzel.
Oh, right, Flatface Etzel.
He looked like the grill of an Etzel.
Right.
Well, he was actually hit by a Gretzel.
Yeah, well, that's by a Gretzel, by an Etzel. Yeah.
The Gretzel, that was chopped a gremlin and an Etzel.
Right.
And that was called the Gretzel. It was only one of them. And he got hit by one.
He's the only one that, I mean, he still has the impression on his face. So that's why he called Flatface. I think the nose survived. It
did?
Yeah, his nose was so strong that part of his face was completely unaffected.
Oh, he punctured the radiator.
He punctured the radiator.
Yeah, that was impressive.
I know, with his nose.
And what about when someone buys a tire from us and then they put it on their vehicle and it blows?
It's no questions asked, right? It's
no questions asked when you
what was the phrase for no questions asked?
That's what I'm calling this place.
Yeah.
It's no questions asked.
Or NQA for short.
Yeah, but we take the car, no question asked.
Yeah.
You take the parts, no questions asked.
Yeah.
So if you blow a tire and you complain to us, well, that's just called hot air up the rind hole.
Right. Yeah.
Hot air up the rind hole. There are a lot of holes in that thing.
Well, everything's hole this, hole that, right? Fill a hole, create the hole.
Carburate the nozzle.
Carburate the nozzle, right? That's blowing your nose.
Yeah, that's when you have a
light
cold.
company. Yeah.
Yeah, you're blowing.
Yeah, you're blowing the nozzle.
And you got to phone in sick. You call it, I got to carburate the nozzle.
Right.
Yeah, we got to get the business in order.
Right.
There's a lot of books we got to look at.
We got to read those books. I've never read a book. Have you ever read a book?
Well, I mean, it's the accounting books.
Oh, right.
You know,
we got to get those books in order.
There's back orders, apparently, that we've inherited. People who have been looking for carburetors and...
Those are all obligations, though, right? Those are things we owe that we've been paid for.
Oh.
A liability is a bad thing to have.
I don't know. I was all no questions asked.
Right.
Well, I'm sure we've got everything someone might need. If someone's looking for a convertible, you say, oh, you're looking for some skin off the top. It gives confidence to the caller, right? They feel
if
that
we know
they're
what they're
phoning a
talking
professional.
Yeah.
I bet there's a lot of secrets in this junkyard.
There sure are.
You know, there's a lot of locked trunks.
Well, we can pry them open. You got a crowbar, you said, right?
We've inherited a junkyard with all these closed trunks.
Right.
Well, you know, the mafia and robberies. And, hey, maybe we'll find some money.
That's right.
As long as you don't find any bodies. Well, finding a body in the trunk when you're a junkyard dealer.
That's splitting a hot dog open.
Splitting the hot dog is just finding body parts.
Right. Right. You're right.
That's not a whole body.
Right. Finding a whole body is tossing a hamburger.
That's something else. That's when you just find the clothes.
It sounds like you're dying to tell me what it is.
I know.
Everything I've said you've dismissed.
Well, you know, I've been doing some studying and reading, so I think when you find a whole body, that's called finding Carl. it's kind of a euphemism. It helps you deal with the situation.
All right. Well, how are you feeling?
Well, I think we should go for lunch.
All right, let's go.
We have concluded our broadcast schedule for today. Good night.